The Virginia 10 miler is almost here, and a couple years back I went here to Rehab Associates in Lynchburg on Timberlake Road to talk about my running analysis. And I actually raced that year, and you told me a little bit about how I was running.
It's pretty sad.
So I did another running analysis today. Tell me about the difference from then to now.
So back then you were Gumby, as you recall. Now your hips are much stronger. So when you run, there's less drop in your hips, which makes your mechanics much improved.
Awesome. And that's wonderful to hear. And, you know, some of those weaknesses that I had have kind of plagued me over the years, and I really should have listened to you guys' advice more. This is all about the strength in our hips and our core, right?
That's correct. That's part of what you had. Your problem was, yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. So when you come here, you do a running analysis. What do you tend to teach people then?
So we videotape your running and look for your faults. So where it's weakness in your hips, overpronation, tightnesses, and we key on those areas to improve your efficiency and therefore improve your running.
And do you also encourage folks to, learn how to do the right stretches for their body?
Oh, absolutely. That's all part of it, for sure.
And then, Jackie, you and I did some exercises afterwards. My form is definitely not perfect, and you're not always fixing the form necessarily. You're teaching people how to run how they should be, right?
Yeah, I mean, essentially what you're looking for is how to help somebody run more efficiently. So when somebody comes in and we do a running analysis, we're looking for what their comfortable pace and position is. And then we're trying to maximize efficiency with that, whether that be with strengthening, whether that be with flexibility, whether that be with maybe a different shoe that's going to help them or an orthotic, whatever that we're looking at to maximize what they're bringing to the table.
Now, the 10 miler isn't too far away. If somebody comes in here for a running analysis, can you teach them, and will they be able to change in time for that event?
Mm-hmm. So you're looking at the race being about 4 weeks away now. Traditionally, when you're talking about true strength changes, it's about 6 to 8 weeks to really make strength gains. But in 3 to 4 weeks, you can have neuromuscular change in a muscle group. So just by coming in and learning what exercises you might need to start doing and tapping into, you're going to be able to recruit more muscle fibers in that particular muscle group. So you might have more control and endurance in that muscle come race time. So it's definitely worth the investment.
Definitely. And then folks come back in like 3 months and you take a look again, right, to make sure they're doing it the way they should be.
Absolutely. Just like you, we can re-videotape them and kind of see have they improved upon their faults that we were particularly addressing. And then if not, what more do they need? Do they need something different? And then we can break it all down from there. But ideally, like you, they've improved.
Mm-hmm. Yay! And there is a lot of science to this, isn't there? Because you even looked at the angles. You guys can take this frame by frame.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You can't do a running analysis properly without a video analysis because the human eye can't see that quickly. And so you really need to take it down to hundredths of a second to see exactly at what points the foot is contacting the ground, the hip is dropping, the knee is falling in or out, or where it's placed. And that way you know what specifically you can work on with that particular person to improve their efficiency.
And so let's ask you, what would you say, Joe, the diagnosis is now? Because last time you told me that I was Gumby-ish and tight and Gumby-ish. What would you say now?
I would say quite a quasi-Gumby. Definitely improved.
Okay.
Much improved, actually. You're doing a good job. So keep up the good work.
And if you want to improve your running performance, prevent injury, or treat an injury, give the award-winning Rehab Associates a call at 855-722-8478. You can also go online to racva.com.